and how the motivation to change comes in the quality of a relationship. And I was going to really commit to being more present and connected with my husband. So I got my first opportunity later that afternoon. I just gotten home from school and I went upstairs to my computer to work on some lesson plans. And I'd probably been there for about, maybe about 10, 15 minutes. All of a sudden, I hear my husband at my office door. And he just kind of looked at me. And I was in a swivel chair and I turned and I looked at him and I gave him a smile and I said, "What's up?" Now he was incredibly surprised and flabbergasted, and his eyes got huge because usually when he comes to the door, I keep on working. And I'm looking at the computer screen and rarely looking at him. So he said to me, "What's wrong?" And I said, "Nothing's wrong. You're more important to me than this computer." And he said, "Since when?" And I said, "Since right now. Starting right now, starting today, I am going to be committed to being more present when you want to have a conversation." And he kind of laughs and he's like, "Okay." And so I said, "So what's up?" And he said, "Well, I just got a call and I'm going to referee for a soccer game tonight, so I'm not going to be able to be home for dinner." I said, "Okay, no problem. I'll just make sure that whatever I make, you can heat up when you get home." And he said, "Okay." And I said, "So how's work going?" And he said, "It's okay, kind of a busy day. We had this one issue." And he goes on to tell me about the issue. And then I told him a funny story that happened at school that day. And so we kind of shared a few seconds of laughter. And then he said, "Okay, well, I'm going to go back to work." And I said, "Okay." And he turns around and he leaves. And then his head pops back into the doorway. And he looked at me and he said, "I don't know what just happened, but I know that I really liked it." And I said, "Me too." And in that moment, I knew that my commitment to be more present had had an impact. You see, in conscious discipline, what we learn is that there are 4 essential ingredients, if you will, that really help to solidify and enhance any kind of relationship or connection, if you will. And those are the 4 components of eye contact, of touch, of presence, and of playfulness. So I started thinking, when I knew that I had to start changing and really working on my relationship with my husband, let's start with presence, but let's also start with eye contact, emotional touch in a playful situation. So let's think back to the story I just told you. Taking my chair and physically turning so I had eye to eye contact with my husband was incredibly powerful for him. Clearly, I could see that through his body language and through his response later on. Because I was present and because he knew that he had my attention 100%, he was emotionally touched, and he continued on with sharing even more information about his day. And then I shared information about a funny story at school, so it turned into a playful situation. All of that was solidified as he peeked back through the door jamb and said, "I don't know what just happened here, but I really, really liked it." So it was one of those powerful moments.